Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the All Japan Pro Wrestling TEW 2020 series here on the channel, as it is the second half of the Summer Action Series tour, and we are officially a year in. I haven't even, as far as I think we're just a tad shy under 100 shows. We will be pretty close to it after this show, or after this episode, but still, it's pretty good. Pretty good amount of shows done so far, and I think we have a pretty good show here for the second half of the Summer Action Series tour. As we'll take a look at that right now. Before we get to that, though, we do have a couple of tour goals as far as what our matches we want in the book. It's going to be we shortened it up a little bit compared to what we did last year. I want to say we did 15 days. This tour, it's going to be around 13. We cut off a couple of days. Just felt like the guys have been beat up. We'll take a look at the medical list here in a little bit, just to kind of showcase how many guys are beat up in this series. We got multiple people out for 6 months or longer. It's been rough. It's been rough for sure. But I think what we're doing here with this second part of the tour and the Summer Action Series, I think it's gonna be great to really showcase some of the top guys we have. And yeah, just with our first night, we're gonna have a 6 man of Summer Action of Super Generation Army rather against Miracle Vines Alliance. It's gonna be a 6 man. It's gonna be Masawa with Kobashi and Kikuchi against basically the top three guys of the Miracle Vines Alliance. As far as Gary Albright, Doctor Death, and Terry Gordy. So that should be a fun 6 man. And then we're gonna have a junior heavyweight title matchup between Hector Guerrero and Dean Malenko. Of course, Hector beat as far as he won in the junior heavyweight matchup on our previous episode that was on the undercard, and just felt like it's a nice little title match to give him. As far as it gives Dean something to do as well, and I think it helps. It's a double-edged sword as far as we're gonna do Hector and Dean, but also do Eddie and Joe on that same night on night 4. Then night 5, we're gonna do the Malenko brothers against Los Guerreros, and then also gonna do Chris Candido and Dynamite Kid, and then we'll follow it up the next night with Chris Candido and Joe Malenko, and then we're also gonna have the Headhunters in the British Combat Club. The British Combat Club came up short in their title matchup against the All Asia Tag Champs of Jumbo Tsuruta and Masaru Fuchi, so it just felt like it made sense to have the Headhunters face them next, and obviously they're gonna get the win there. And you see the Headhunters are taking on Jumbo and Fuchi at the Summer Action Series 2 show, and then for night 10 we're gonna have a 8 man of basically the Holy Demon Army with Jumbo and Fuchi, the Tsuruta-gun stable, taking on the Headhunters, Doug Furnace, and the Great Kabuki. Doug Furnace was a weird one to throw in there. I just felt like they needed a little bit more heavyweight muscle in that matchup, and just felt like Doug Furnace was kind of our only option as far as that goes. I know it's a weird tandem, but it should be a pretty good match. It should be a pretty good main event. As for the Summer Action Series 2, the final show, main event, Gary Albright, Mitsuha Masawa, should be a banger. And also having the Headhunters and Jumbo and Fuchi, like we talked about earlier, as far as that's the co-main. We're also going to have a junior heavyweight title matchup. It's Chris Candido's taking on Dean Malenko. That should be pretty fun there. And then the Miracle Vines Connection taking on Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey. They've had matches in the past. They had a double DQ as their previous encounters. It just felt like that made sense. And we're also going to have a 6 man of the Holy Demon Army versus Super Generation Army of Jun Akiyama, Kenta Kobashi, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. We're also going to have the British Combat Club take on Super Astro and Ultimo Dragon. That should be a fun matchup. And then George Takano and Shinichi Nakano are going to take on Doug Furnace and Johnny Ace. That should be pretty fun there. And then to open up the show, Hayabusa Dynamite Kid, which should be a fun little opener. Dynamite Kid can't really work that long anymore, but still should be a pretty good match there for Hayabusa. And big opportunity to open up the show. Yeah, I think this card, as far as it's kind of a reflection to the guys we've brought in. Gary Albright was a signing, first really big free agent signing, and then having the Headhunters come in and Candido. Those three, specifically, and to have them kind of featured in the top part of the card. Dean Malenko too, as far as he was probably, Gary Albert's probably 1A, and Dean Malenko is 1B as far as our most important free agent signings. But yeah, that to have those guys featured on the top part of the card is pretty great. Ultimate Dragon, being featured on the card, and the British Combat Club as well. And just from what we saw a year ago, the whole card, top to bottom's changed, and we've gotten, younger, which is important. But I think we've also gotten better too, so that's a great sign. But yeah, the medical list. Look at this fucking list here. So we have at least 3 of those guys though are able to work, and they're gonna, as far as Shinichi Nakano's fractured cheekbone's gonna heal in a couple days. So Shunji Nakano, we were trying to renegotiate with him, but he actually took the other deal. We, as far as the last time we advanced, we were the favorite to retain him, and which sucks, but it's just the way she goes. Sometimes you can't get them all, but so that's why we're gonna have Shinichi Nakano and George Takano team up, going in the future. So it's kind of like we did the Shinichi Takano teaming in our last series. So now we get to see what George Takano and Shinichi Nakano can do teaming. So another Takano Nagano teaming. But yeah, I mean, even Kobashi's chronic knee pain is going to affect him throughout the tour, which is unfortunate. Also Rusher Kimura's on vacation, and so is Giant Kimala. But that's so really, there's still like a couple of people hurt. Terry Funk's going to be back at least, hopefully, for the October Giant series. He should, because we're going to take a good part of September off. So that's nice, and Vampiro should be back. And yeah, it really just the big guys that are going to be gone. It's going to be Slinger and Dan Crawford going further. Hopefully, unless some more people get hurt during this tour. That would be very unfortunate, but let's keep it going here. Let's see what we got as far as, we got our main event, of course. So we'll go ahead and add that before we really change stuff around. But Gary Albright will be getting the win over Drew Nakayama in this big-ass 8-man, which should be fun there as far as a lot of big-time guys. But we also give that a little bit of time, giving it 30 as far as 26 of actual in-ring time, but it's a lot. It's a lot of time to be given to a main event for sure on a tour show. As, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Kanto, I mean, we could still run it. I'm surprised it's not ready as far as right now. Yeah, we'll probably run the 2000 new as always here. Yeah, because the 8000 is just a little too much. So really, the big thing I think going ahead here as far as what to build, I guess we could maybe sprinkle in maybe a Headhunter win, or two. We've been giving them a lot of wins already. I don't want to have them and the Holy Demon Army face off, I do know that much. But, yeah, like them and the British Bruisers. Simple stuff here. Oh, that's right, they did have the, at the, Bruiser Brody Memorial Show. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, we've kind of went in that direction. We might go with the Takano brothers here. As far as, oh, that's right, Shunji Takano can't work. I think, oh no, I think he can. No, we're fine. Because we did this back in May, but it was a 57. But since, Shunji Takano's going to be gone, might as well. Yeah, we'll keep this on like the 10-minute side. Just get the Malenko brothers involved. As far as I really would like to maybe do this again. That was something we did a little bit. As far as back in May, we had a title match between the two teams. Really, that's the only time they've had a tag match between the two. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it, it's like, let's go away from that. Oh, we might go with the Fantastics. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad call. Because we haven't done a tag match of this. We'll have this set for Steal the Show, but we'll give Dean the win here over Jackie. Really some undercard stuff now. I kind of go away from at least try to go for something new. Is let's have let's just do Ogawa and Yuji Nagata. Sure. So Ogawa getting the win. So I don't think we've done that before. Just go with a tag as go with the Inoes. I was thinking Hosaka. Yeah, I was thinking Hosaka and Takeo Mori just to try and see what they could do as a team. Potentially there, but Mighty Inoue hasn't had a lot of wins recently, so he can beat Takeo Mori here. That can kick off the show. Maybe a 6-man Burst Combat Club with Johnny Smith. Yeah, we have them taking on Super Astro and Ultimo Dragon. We might do, as far as Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, and see who the 6th guy could be. Because I was thinking either Firecat or even Hayabusa, like maybe even someone a little on the more popular side, potentially there. Let's exclude people as well. That's crazy. I mean, that just shows you how small of a list we have as far as actual talent. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. I kind of want to do Tommy Rogers here. I know that's kind of a weird thing, but since he's not really, maybe not. Maybe Firecat. Yeah, let's do Firecat instead. Yes, keep that relatively short. Johnny Smith can get the win over Firecat, and all is well regarding that one. So yeah, definitely now, like, 2 co-mains, or, a co-main and then a matchup just below the co-main, if we can. Kind of want to see, as far as, I don't know if I want to do Johnny and Ace, or, because I really think this could be a good idea to kind of give Holy Demon Army a nice win to build up as, yeah, I was going to give Taue the win over Johnny Ace, but I'll go with Kawada. I think that's a pretty good co-main there. Maybe a singles match. Yeah, like Kanki Kobayashi and, yeah, Tommy Rogers. Sure. Yeah, we'll give him a little bit of time. Maybe, as far as 16. Yeah, put it there in the middle. It's a pretty good card. I think it's, that's a nice co-main in Maine, and, well, we'll see how it goes here. Could even done Tommy Rogers and Dory Funk Jr. Didn't even think about that since we're doing the Fantastics and the Malenko brothers. It's Mighty Inoue pinning Takeo Mori with the Steamroller. Yeah, 45, 41. Yeah, I mean, Hosaka was the best guy in the match. 53 for Ogawa and Yuji Nagata. So Ogawa getting the win at 954. 68 for the 6-man here, as the Burst Combat Club doing really good there. And Ultimo Dragon, of course, best guy in the match though. So shout out Ultimo Dragon, another great signing. So he got the win. As far as Johnny Smith getting the win with the Death Valley Bomb over Firecat. As the Headhunters getting the win over the Connell Brothers. As, yeah, diving leg drop from Headhunter A, which is almost in the 70s. Yeah, 53 there, as I was a little nervous about that match. Kind of thinking, as far as looking at the Headhunters, like, well, both the Headhunters will probably outperform both these guys in this match. They did. They did, but, so away she goes. 53. Like, great, plus 71 here. Steve Malenko and Joe Malenko, the Malenko brothers, beating the Fantastics. It's a good performance, though. Fantastics, you know, they're a pretty good team. You know, Bobby Fulton and Jackie Fulton, and even, you know, Bobby and Tommy Rogers, but just not enough there as Dean gets the win with the Clover Leaf over Jackie in 14:30. 83, though, for this really good matchup, as the Holy Demon Army getting the win over Stan Hansen and Johnny Ace, as Johnny Ace taking the Powerbomb No Doubt Tree combination in 2016. Our main event's in 81, so the co-main even did better than the main. Mainly because of Taz and Jun Akiyama's appearances in this match, and Kobashi's injuries, big tough. But, yeah, Gary Albright with a Dragon Suplex hold over Jun Akiyama. Taz was a little off his game, but all in all, I think it was a pretty good show. Pretty good show. Yeah, well, we'll take that. Probably should have switched that in that. Yeah, we probably would have had a much better card, but so she goes on to day 2 we go. Alright, so we got backstage incidents, says, let's see what Regal's got. Oh, well, that is, that's unfortunate. So we can't suspend him for that, and we can't send him to rehab for that. I'm assuming that's because he's on a paper appearance deal? Yep. I guess we'll fine him. That's unfortunate, but Dory Funk Jr. is taking Eddie Guerrero under his wing as a protege. That's nice of him. Not like Eddie is just a wealth of knowledge with his family and anything like that, so even more the better with that. So that's nice. And we'll go old Chubu. Usually we start off the tour here, but we changed it up a little bit last time. We might run one of the... Yeah, we've... We'll go here. Actually, no, we'll keep it here, because that's 4,500. We better just keep it with the 4,000-seater. So we have nothing pre-booked on this show. So it's a clean slate as far as what we can do. We might make it a 6-man as far as... Since we did the 8-man on the first night, the main event, we might do a 6-man here. Just to maybe change it up a little bit. So we'll go with Masawa, Kikuchi, and poor Kobashi here. Then Connection, Alliance. As this is, I mean, it's some good stuff here. Yeah, because we have not done a 6-man of this. We've just done the 2 8-mans. I'm going to give Masawa the win here. He's going to beat Terry Gordy. Good stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good main event, though. That, you know, kind of takes off as far as Taz and Jun Akiyama are involved in the match. But we'll have them have a singles match, though. Just for the fuck of it. As far as, how's Jun Akiyama doing as far as, still the young lion, still at 21, so he's got a bit ways to go, but, Taz is gonna beat him here. On the undercard. Yeah, let's go with the Inoes and Harlem Heat. On the undercard. Done this a handful of times already. Harlem Heat have won every single time, and they're gonna win again here. This Booker's gonna beat Noe. Alright, another undercard match just for the fuck of it. As Mitsuya Momoto Yeah, let's go with him and Yuji Nagata. See what they can do as far as that regard. And then Kabuki, Jun Izumaida. It's Mitsuya Moto over Jun Izumaida. So yeah, that's the undercard for sure. We don't need to really add anything else on the undercard. We pretty much got it taken care of. Let's get Los Guerreros on the card. The Kano brothers, since again they will be losing again. And Shunji Takano and George Takano. As we're gonna have Eddie beat Shunji Nakano. Little frog splash off the top. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of want to see what Johnny Ace and Chris Candido could do as a team. Just to, let's just kind of see. Let's just kind of see what we got here as, then Kunaki Kobayashi and Shinichi Nakano. Fractured cheekbone. He'll be back, though, as far as, he'll be back to 100% after this show, because I believe this is his last day being hurt. But Candido will be beating Kunaki Kobayashi in a great match, hopefully. Well, definitely not the main, but still should be a pretty good match with Johnny Ace and Candido, unless they don't have any good chemistry or anything. So now, really, we need a Steel Show match, which, yeah, that's an interesting one. I think we're gonna go with the Holy Demon Army with Ogawa. Blanco Brothers with Dory. I like it. Yeah, we did the 6-man. That's crazy. We did this at the Bruiser Burden Memorial Show, and I mean that they probably shouldn't have got the win there, for being honest. But they get the rematch here, and the Holy Demon Army are gonna get the win this time around. As Taue is gonna beat Dory Funk Jr. It's a pretty good co-main, if I do say so myself. And then the Steal the Show match. Oh yeah, just do regular singles. Yes, do Ultimo Dragon and Hayabusa just because we fucking can. So Ultimo Dragon will be getting the win. Of course, he's wanting, a rematch with Dean. Some good stuff. Some good stuff there. Let's run it. All I meet in the Noes is Stevie Ray, best guy in the match. So shout out Stevie Ray. So yeah, just it's not great. Not great there. Not a great opener, but 49 here with Kabuki and Jun Izumaida against Yuji Nagata and Mitsuya Moto, as Mitsuya Moto getting the win over Jun Izumaida. Yeah, I mean, right team wins. There, 37 for Taz and Jun Akiyama. I forgot that they wouldn't have the pop for this, but still, Taz gets the win. Sakata Hajime in 10:22. 55 for Los Guerreros and the Kano brothers. Yeah, I mean, Hector, best guy in the match. Shout out Hector. It's Eddie with a 50. Yeah, we're just trying to elevate. Trying to elevate for sure there, but Hector, that's a huge win. Huge win, and I think that's going to be a good match between him and Dean for the junior title, as Johnny Ace and Chris Candido beating Shinichi Nakano and Kunaki Kobayashi. Chris Candido diving at 940. It's good stuff. good stuff there. 58 for Hayabusa and Ultimo Dragon. It's Ultimo Dragon with Dragon Sleeper. 1204. It's a good little junior match. 75 for the 6-man of Sarutogun against Dory Funk Jr. and the Malenkos. As Toshak Kawato, the 86, D. Malenko, 85. Good stuff. Good stuff. Joe Malenko, worst guy in the match, 56. 81 though for the main event. As even though Kobashi dealing with an injury, and Masat with a 96, Doc with an 87. It just was not going to fail. As Masat with the Emerald Flosion, 21.55 over Terry Gordy. That's a big guy to be hitting an Emerald Flosion on, but got the crowd interested again, and yeah, just all around solid main and go main. Though the Ultimo Dragon Hayabusa match, I think should get a little bit more credit for how good of a match that was, but just couldn't get the crowd over again after that 37. That should open up the show, but that's okay. Now on to night 3. Alrighty, night 3. As, let's see, we got some backstations. Oh, it's Eddie Guerrero. Sparkful wrestler scored accused of not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out. As the judge, Stan Hansen, found them guilty incidents by drinks right after the show. Stan Hansen, you're making like $100,000 a month. Like, what are you talking about making? And poor Eddie Guerrero's probably making $100 a show. Like, get out of here. As, I want to keep Kanto off as much as I can, because obviously that's probably where we're going to run this final show. So I guess we'll run Kyushu. I mean, that's not bad, though. We're going to be, you know, as far as, couple hundred shy of a sellout, but still, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. So another show that doesn't have anything pre-booked. Another clean slate. As, really, you know, our main, you know, we did this, the 8-man, then we did the 6-man. I mean, do we just do the tag now? You know, I think that might be a pretty good idea. As far as Miracle Violence Alliance, Kenta Kobashi, Mizuha Masawa, I think that is the next step here. So Kobashi's taking the fall. Doc's gonna beat him. Not about giving it to Gary, but I don't think it's really necessary. That is right, they are the tag champs. So it's like, do we have them have a tag title matchup or a non-title match? Is the question. I think we're just gonna go non-title, actually, maybe. Here, as now I'm kind of getting cold feet thinking about this match. We might go with Taz. Let's go with Gary Albright and Taz. And then Masawa. Unless they don't have any chemistry. For some reason, I'm thinking they don't have chemistry. So I just want to double check. Yeah, no, they're good. They're good here. So, yeah, we could go Taz and Gary Albright, and then Masawa and Jun Akiyama. This won't be the main, but it'll be pretty good though, nonetheless. And so we're gonna have Masawa beat Taz. Shout out Taz. Taking an Emerald Flosion. You know what, as far as the main, I would like to maybe see something with the Headhunters. And Jumbo and Fuchi. Yeah, I think that's, maybe not. Let's go Holy Demon Army. Tell you what, I think, we'll go with all of, well, most of Surugun. Oh, there we go. And, yeah, they'll take on the team. Stan Hansen, Dan Spivey, Johnny Ace, Chris Candido. This is a pretty good main event, if I do say so myself. Tawai can beat Spivey. So that's a pretty good one too, you know, as far as a main and co-main. I like it. Let's give the Headhunters another win over a team. Joel Dean and Billy Black's not a bad option. We have done this a couple of times. Yeah, we did this Superpower Series Night 14, so basically, you know, a month ago. Seems to get worse and worse every time we do it. So maybe not. Might just go with, yeah, like a Mitsuya Momoto, Mighty Inoue situation. Might even do a Dory Funk Jr. Doug Furnace matchup. Yeah. As far as Headhunter A. Yeah, or Dory Funk Jr. Steal the show match. Go with the singles. So, we are a couple of shows away from the singles match between Hector and Dean, so we might do a 6-man as far as Los Guerreras. Oh, that would probably change up this match a little bit, which is fine. Because we might go Kobashi Kikuchi here. Because that's a fresh match. Poor Kikuchi's taking the fall there. Six-man, though, of Malenko's with Dory and Los Guerreras. And their partner. We might go Doug Furnace here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. As we're going to have Hector beat Joe. Say, we have not done anything quite like that matchup, so back to the Steal the Show match, because that was probably supposed to be it, but I like that at 20, to be honest. Let's go to a tag. Yeah, you know, the old British Bruisers, Joel Deaton and Billy Black. You know, we've done this a handful of times. British Bruisers have won every time, pretty much, as far as the 2v2 matches, but we'll give Billy Black and Joel Deaton a bone here, as Joel Deaton's going to beat Dynamite Kid. I'm sure Dynamite's going to love this. Yeah, shocker. Shocker. The British Combat Club, Mitsuya Momoto and Mighty Inoue. Might do Takano Brothers. I'm thinking about it. Maybe even the Fantastics. Go, Tommy Rogers, Bobby Fulton. Since that's a fresh match. This should probably be the Steal the Show match, actually, because this is going to be a little bit better. But Norman's going to get the win there. Good stuff. So our undercard, which, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good card. But we'll go singles, and we'll go Super Astro versus, I was thinking Ogawa, but Ogawa's pretty hot. A lot of guys are not Super Astro, Satoru Asako. Yeah, we haven't used Aruga Aijin in a hot minute. We should probably be using Akumu as far as him getting him elevating some guys. Yeah, let's maybe have Super Astro get a win here. Or not Super Astro, keep on doing that. Satoru Asako get a win here. We did this as the Champion Carnival. It was a 27 when we did it then. I'm sure it's going to be around the same thing here. So that's going to be fun. It's gonna make for a pretty shit show. Harlem Heat, Connell Brothers. Did this back in June, and we had the Connell Brothers win, obviously. This time around, though, we're gonna have Booker Man. Well, maybe Stevie Ray, since he's been outperforming Booker. So, yeah, Stevie Ray's gonna beat Junji Takano. Yeah, Junji Takano rightfully pissed. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, 25. Satoru Asako gets the win to Super Driver Asako. 742.50, though, for Harlem Heat and the Kano brothers. Yeah, I mean, it's a damn shame, to be honest, about the Kano brothers, because they're a great team, you know, and just unfortunate. So here she goes to Stevie Ray, though, with the Heat Seeker in 9:59.55 for Johnny Smith and Dynamite Kid against Billy Black and Joel Deaton. It's a good little match, though, actually. So we'll take it as Joel Deaton with a Bulldog over the British Bulldog. One half of the British Bulldogs and Dynamite Kid. I guess not the official British Bulldog. That'd be David Boy Smith. 61 for British Combat Club in the Fantastics as Norman with the Fantastic Conquest. Norman, best guy in the match, but Bobby Fulton, really good. Outperformed Steven Regal. It was a good little match. 67 for the sixth man of Doug Furnas with Los Guerreros against Dory Funk Jr. and the Malenko brothers. Hector Guerrero pinning Joe Malenko, the jalapeno roll. I did not like that. I just did not like that, because I hope that wasn't like a name of a move that he did in the States and that's what they called it, and not like a move he did in Mexico, because I just do not like that. That made me sick to my stomach, to be honest. When I said that, I was just like, I don't think doesn't seem right there. But I mean, Dean Malenko, again, best guy of the match. He outperformed Doug Furnas, which is awesome. And Dory Funk Jr. did pretty well. Just, Hector Guerrero and Eddie Guerrero and Joe Malenko around the same rating there. Now 66 for the Headhunters against Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Kenta Kobashi. Yeah, obviously Kobashi, if he's not injured here, this team on the right in Kobashi and Kikuchi are the much better team, but it's a nice little match. Diving leg drop for Headhunter A over Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. It's Kikuchi, though, best guy in the match, so shout out Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, taking the fall, though, even though he's the best guy. It's Taz and Gary Albright taking on Masao and Jun Akiyama. Masao with the rolling elbow in 2027 over Taz, and Jun Akiyama with a 50, though. So shout out Jun Akiyama getting better. Now 71 for our main event. Sarutogun against the Johnny Ace, Chris Candido, Stan Hansen, and Dan Spivey team. Zach Kawada with an 86, but Taue with the dynamic bomb over Dan Spivey in 1955. It's crazy, Stan Hansen didn't even do that well. I don't know if injuries, or now finally age is setting in, or morale. It might be morale. Let's take a look. Yeah, low morale. Holding back, yeah, that's fine. Plus, as a dead crowd, too, would have been a little bit better, but yeah, that 25, not a great way to start off that show. It's on to night 4. Alright, night 4. So we got the singles matches between Eddie and Joe and Hector and Dean. And so much more. Obviously, Billy Black was brought forward versus Court, accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up, annoying everyone else, as the judge Stan Hansen found him guilty and sentenced to clean it up and then by transfer after the show. So, Akuma's officially gone. So I felt like, once he handed his notice, we used it pretty well. But also, Giant Kimala has handed in his notice, so he'll be leaving in a while as well. We will be bringing in some more people this tour, as, I think we're down to 55, yeah, and plus the 6 people that are hurt. So really, we got a roster of about 49, 48 people. That's just, and even most of that, let's just say, let's knock another 5 or 6, 4 of them being refs and, and road agents and backstage people and announcers and whatnot. We probably have like 32 active wrestlers. We definitely aren't that low, but we're probably close though. It's not good. not good at all. But plus Shunji Takano's leaving this tour as well, so we got a lot of people coming in and out. That is for sure. But Hector and Joe Malenko, as Joe Malenko getting the win over Eddie Guerrero. That was a tough one to pick, but just feel like Eddie's just not quite there yet. But Deans is going to be beating Hector as well, so not a great showing for Los Guerreros there, which is unfortunate. But it is the way she goes, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, anytime it seems like with a main event, we always kind of go with a Gary Albright Masawa match, which I think that is pretty prominent for sure this tour. I don't know if we should go with Kobashi here, and I just I don't know. I think though I do want to see, as far as we're gonna go with an 8-man. I think as a main to kind of go away from what we've been doing, but Jumbo Fuchi, Holy Demon Army, so Super Dragoon against the Headhunters. There they are. And kind of feel like doing either the Miracle Vines Connection. That'd kind of be fun. Yeah, I like this. This is fun. This is a fun little 8-man. And so we're gonna have Headhunter B beat Fuchi. Kind of build towards that matches. Yeah, that's definitely the main. But that could be the co-main, and we'll kind of think of some more stuff on this card, obviously. But I'd like to maybe see, as far as yeah, maybe Kobashi Kikuchi against like British Combat Club, something like that. But fresh match. We'll give Kobashi the win here over Regal. Yeah, I mean, I do love that Johnny Ace, Chris Candido teaming, so you might go with that again. Against the Kano brothers. I don't think we've done this. As this could be the Steal the Show match. Poor Shunji Takano. Just getting jabbed out. Yeah, I mean, this Ultimate Dragon Super Astro teaming is so great that it's hard not to throw them out there anytime we get a chance. So we might do a Firecat Hayabusa match again, because that's always a fun little match to do. We've done this only once, at least, even though it was a month ago. Let's do it again here, as Ultimo Dragon will be beating Firecat. We're giving this match a little less time. I just don't have faith in it. Joe and Eddie, I think it should still be an okay match, but I don't think it should be like crazy good in that same breath. But I'd like to see maybe singles matches on the undercard. As I'm trying to think, Hosaka's always a good shout. Might do him and Dory. And for the final one, let's give Kaneki Kobayashi a win. Hey, looks like it's going to be a couple of New Japan fellas, which, you know, all timeline, where Yuji Nagata, for some reason, doesn't go to the dojo of New Japan, but Kaneki Kobayashi is going to get the win there. Good stuff. Yeah, I like this card. Definitely, like, from here up, I think it should be some pretty good stuff. Got a junior heavyweight title match as well. So yeah, we got a lot cooking here. Want to make sure. Okay, just want to make sure that was set. Let's run it. I forgot to change the venues. The one thing I forgot to do, but that's okay. We'll still run it in Kanto. That should be fine by the time we get to the final show. Hopefully, as Kaneki Kobayashi though pinning Yuji Nagata in 9:47. 61 here for Dory Funk Jr. and Hideki Ozaka. Dory Funk Jr. with a pile driver at 9:48. Good stuff. 44 here is Joe and Eddie. Eddie did really well here. Eddie probably should have won. Probably should have gave it to him. It's unfortunate. 65 here, though, for this tag match is Hayabusa and Firecat against Brasher and Ultimo Dragon. This match is so fun to do, you know, and it's anytime we're able to do it, I'm very pleased about it. But Ultimo Dragon getting the win with the side DDT in 15:42. 55 here, wow, very surprised by that. I know Shunji Takano's not doing so hot with the injury and morale and whatnot, but still. Didn't think it'd be a 55, but Chris Candido with the blonde bombshell over George Takano. Wow, now they went over Shunji Takano, so I could see why maybe George probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, we fucked up there. 68, though, for Kobashi Kikuchi against the British Combat Club. As, yeah, I mean, Kobashi, even with his injury, him and Kikuchi still outperform the British Combat Club as Kobashi with the Brainbuster over Stephen Regal in 2003. 71, though, for our junior heavyweight title matchup as Dean making his second defense as he beats Hector with the Texas Cloverleaf in 21:49. 76 main event, though. Sarudagoon against the Headhunters of the Miracle Violence Connection, which what a team that is. And, you know, that's got an old school Puro here. You got your 4 Japanese talent and, you know, some legendary figures and some rising guys in the Holy Demon Army. And then you got just 2 absolute killer Gaijin tag teams teaming up, you know, joining forces to try to take them out. So, but they get the win, though, as Fuchi taking the diving leg drop from Headhunter B, who got a 59. He was the worst guy in the match. Trying to elevate him, but probably shouldn't have. But that's still a pretty good match, though, I think. All things considered, and we'll take the 74. Even though Kaneki Kobayashi Yuji Nagata was a terrible little match, but this should have been a little higher, I guess. Could have switched it with that, and this did way worse than I thought it would, and that's the way she goes, though. It's on to Night 5. It's Night 5, of course, the Malenko Brothers, Los Guerreros match, and then Chris Candido and Dynamite Kid. Dory Funk Jr. is passing on tips of psychology to Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to run. Oh, no. I got saved. Saved the last second. Yeah, we can run the Sendai Sun Plaza. Perfect. So obviously these matches, you know, mid-card matches, as Joe's going to beat Hector there. Feel bad for the Guerreros. You know, that's a tough couple of days. But Chris Candido's going to beat Dynamite Kid. I'm sure Dynamite's going to love that. Fucking prick, as he just bitches about everything. His pop is, I mean, it started off, when we signed him, it's still in like the 70s. So it has went down a good bit here, as far as just from July to August. But other than that, we really kept him strong for a good while. You know, a good year. And basically by this point, he's pretty much done anyways, as far as in real life. Let's just kind of see if his skills are declining at all. Yeah, a little bit. Slowly going. Technical skills are still there. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting worse. Psychology's still there. Obviously, respect probably there, but you can definitely tell the stamina's affected, for sure. The athleticism's starting to go. Well, it's not even been there, and Yeah, just pretty on brand. Pretty on brand. He'll be losing to people, I'm sure, to end out the year 93, and then we'll probably get rid of him, to be honest. Because there's just really no point keeping him around. But as far as our main event goes, I think maybe instead of doing the alliance, just doing the connection. So do Doc and Terry against Kobashi Misawa. Just to change it up a little bit, because they never had a tag match against each other. $20, and yeah, we'll have so we had Doc beat Kobashi last time, and we had Misawa beat Gordy last time they were in the same ring. So we'll go with Kobashi beating Terry Gordy. That should be a pretty good main event, though, if I do say so myself. So then we can, do some type of Taz and Gary Albright teaming matchup against either. I guess we can go Kikuchi. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just go with Kikuchi and Jun Akiyama, even though it's not gonna work as far as their negative chemistry and whatnot. But it should at least get the job done in that Taz is going to be Jun Akiyama again. Excited for when Jun Akiyama's finally out of his Young Lion phase. Because then he'll be starting to get some wins. So our first of 4 new signings of this tour, Masato Tanaka. I'm just waiting for FMW to sign him, and they never have. So we'll pick him up, see what he can do. His first match, he'll be losing, because he is a Young Lion. So, there is that. He will be losing to... Yeah, it's like John Ace being kind of like the first guy to always get a win over someone. He's always a nice little standard bearer. Guess we should probably try to elevate somebody. It's not a bad idea. As far as like momentum wise, so yeah, Kabuki will work here. We'll see how he does. Kind of want to see what the team of Takeo Mori and Jun Akiyama can do, so we're gonna throw them together. They are gonna take on Geraldine and Billy Black, as Billy Black will be getting the win over Yuji Nagata, probably, since Nagata's definitely the, as far as the less experience of the two, so I just feel like that's the safe route. I'd like to throw in maybe a single or a 6-man there after that match. I'm trying to think of guys who could use a win to help elevate them over like a Teranishi. Fuck it, I mean, even doing like Giant Baba and Teranishi in the singles. Like, I don't even care at this point. I know this match is god-awful. I think it at least will not be so terrible that... Maybe it will be so terrible, though, that it doesn't even get into the 40s, but... I think it at least should be, not that bad, hopefully. We'll see, though. We shall see. I kind of want to see the Headhunters against the team of Fuchi and Ogawa. Have Headhunter A beat Ogawa. Maybe 20 is a little too much. 16 should be fine. Yeah, Yeah, because I mean we really went undercard heavy. That probably should be nowhere near a co-main event spot, but here we are. Is Masada knocking great Kabuki. They have great chemistry, so that's cool. Kabuki with a thrust kick at 9:38. Good little opener. A 51 for Joel Deaton and Billy Black against Takeo Mori and Yuji Nagata. As Billy Black with the pile driver over Yuji Nagata. 40 for Giant Baba and Nusami Teranishi. Somehow it's only a 40. Yeah, just some embarrassing wrestling there between the two. 61 for Taz and Gary Albright against Kikuchi and Jun Akiyama. Gary Albright and Taz get the win. Yeah, I mean, Taz almost got outperformed by Jun Akiyama, even with the terrible chemistry. Yeah, not a bad match, though, for what it is, with a match with some bad, chemistry involved. It's a 55 for Candido and Dynamite Kid. It's Chris Candido with the diving headbutt in 10:29. 65 for the Malenko brothers against Los Guerreros as Joe pinning Hector. Again, Joe, Hector, and Eddie doing about the same, and then Dean carrying this one, but Joe gets the win with the Tiger Driver. 67 for the Headhunters against Yoshinori Aragawa and Masanobu Fuchi as Headhunter A with the leg drop over Yoshinori Aragawa. So yeah, pretty similar stuff there. In our main event, 82, big time main event too, with kind of the two teams here. I mean, if Kobashi's not hurt, this match is on another level too, as Kobashi pinning Terry Gordy with the Orange Crush in 1958. It's a good little match though. Very much enjoyed that. 79. That one match saved that card. That is for sure. So we're almost at the halfway point in the tour. On to night 6. Alrighty, night 6, as we have a couple of more matches that are pre-booked. It's Chris Candido, Joe Malenko. It's Chris beating Joe there, which Joe's going to be a little unhappy about that. We are going to keep him strong. Just, don't want to piss off any more people this tour. Headhunters against British Combat Club with the Headhunters getting the win. That should be a pretty good match, though, as the rest of the signings, as we have a new team in the Gladiator Titans, Big Titan and the Gladiator, Mike Awesome. Very excited to see what they're going to do. So their pop's pretty good, as far as for where they're starting off. They're going to be beating the Takano brothers to start this off, as Shunji Takano will be putting over the Gladiator, Mike Awesome. Been waiting on bringing in, Mike Awesome and even Big Titan too for a while, and just felt like the opportunity was right to do it here. As we'll see what they can do as far as against the Kano brothers. Should be a pretty good match. And the other person that is making his debut, Yoshihiro Takayama. Been waiting again. He's taken some MMA fights, which is just funny since it's 1993. But he, as far as that goes, and just kind of waiting to see what he's been doing. He is technically a year in, which is weird, because he probably shouldn't be, but, I think his stats are going to come together pretty nicely, hopefully, and we'll see what he can do. As in his debut, he's going to be losing to Giant Baba. Just to, the only man big enough to make this work. Nah, I just felt like it'd be a pretty fun little match to do, even though Baba's probably going to get outperformed by him. So really after this show is when we're going to start building up towards the Headhunters and really Jumbo and Fuchi for the most part. We've kind of been doing that slowly, but now we'll definitely be kicking that into high gear. And, we'll be doing like Candido and Johnny against the Malenkos as well. Like stuff like that. We'll probably even do that maybe night 7, night 8. Just, just thinking ahead. But I think for this main event, I think we're going to go with a Miracle Violence connection with Taz against Stan Hansen. Johnny Ace. Or, yeah, we'll go with Spivey. We'll go Stan Spivey. Do we go Doug Furnace here? I think we, I don't know. We might go Johnny Ace here. I think that's probably what we'll do instead. It's Johnny Ace over Taz. Actually, we'll go Spivey over Taz. It's a pretty good main. Maybe a good co-main, you know, if we could think of something a little better. See what Gary Albright with the Headhunters can be. I mean, that's a fun little pairing. Oh, sorry, we already got the Headhunters in that British Combat Club match. Never mind. As, because, you know, Gary's not doing anything. So just thinking of ways that we could throw Gary together with somebody. Maybe do Gary with the Guerreros. And then, like, against... Yeah, we could go with either Masala with Jun Akiyama and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, maybe. Yeah, this match is just weird as hell, but it is what it is, as Eddie can beat Jun Akiyama. That's really just the idea there, to try to get Eddie, you know, some more wins. We'll have that actually be the co-main. Oh wow, I actually gotta change the night time. That's weird. Guess we have went a little heavy on some of the time. But the rest of the card... And let's throw Masato Tanaka and Yuji Nagata together as a team. See what they could do. Haruka Jin and Rusher Kimura. Rusher's still not here. Guess we'll do Haruka Jin and Samu Teranishi. This match just got a whole lot worse, but that's okay, as Haruka Jin... Actually, we'll give it to Teranishi. Sure, he can beat Masato Tanaka. Yeah, this undercard is rough. Rough. And we'll have a singles. Yeah, we'll do Dynamite and... Actually, we'll go tag. I'll go British Bruisers against the team of Hosaka and Super Astro. Or, I keep on doing that, Satoru Asaka. I don't know why I keep on... Just the dyslexia, really. I see the S and the A and immediately just like, oh, Super Astro. Instead of Satoru Asako. Johnny Smith will be getting the win, though. Doesn't really matter which Young Lion takes the fall. Guess we're gonna go with the Nakajima Sports Center. Oh, we need to steal the show match. Guess it's gonna be this. Give it a little bit more time. Never mind, Dynamite Kid's in this match. Who am I kidding? As we'll see how it goes there in the opener. Yeah, Yoshihiro Takayama with a 16 was really off his game. Just killed the crowd in every way possible. So that's fun. Just an abysmal match. 34 for Haruka Jin and Samu Teranishi against Yuji Nagata and Masato Tanaka. Yeah, I mean, he's Samu Teranishi with a 23. He's god-awful. We should have gave it to Nagata and Masato Tanaka, honestly. I don't even know why. Don't know why we even gave him a win. It's a 52, though, for the British Bruisers against Satoru Asako and Hideki Osaka. They're actually a pretty good little team. Johnny Smith getting the win with the Death Valley Bomb in 10:03. Oh! Yeah, not enough pop. Should have known that. Boy, I'm really slacking this show. This is not good. But Chris Candido, the diving headbutt win over Joe Malenko. It's a good win for Candido. He's in the 50s now, so that's cool. It's the Gladiator and Big Titan. It's the Gladiator Titans taking on the Kano brothers. It's the Gladiator pinning Shunji the Kano with an awesome bomb. Hell yeah. Mid-50s for both guys. That's cool. It's a good little start. As British Combat Club and Headhunters, as the Headhunters pinning the British Combat Club is Headhunter A with the diving leg drop over Stephen Regal. Yeah, pretty good match. Norman almost outperformed A. He did outperform Headhunter A. Look at B, though, popping up. Best guy in the match. Hell yeah. 71, though, for this 6-man. Thanks to Masawa. Eddie tapping out Jun Akiyama with the Gore Special. Eddie just 1 point better than Jun Akiyama, but pretty good match, though, honestly, all things considered. Then a 73 main event, as the Miracle Vines Alliance beating Johnny Ace, Stan Hansen, and Dan Spivey. As Dan Spivey getting the win over the Miracle Vines Alliance. As as Dan Spivey as pins Taz with the Spivey Spike. So Doc with a 91, Stan Hansen with an 88. Good stuff there. I'll take a 70. It's on to Night 7. It's alright, Night 7. As we are going to do that tag as far as with Johnny Ace and Candido against the Malenkos. But Booker T was brought before Wrestler's Court, accused of not paying attention during a locker room meeting, as the judge Stan Hansen found him guilty and sentenced by create a beer for the locker room. Good stuff there. So yeah, I guess it's just the Hiroshima Sun Plaza, and then we've ran all the venues in Japan, as far as, well, I guess the regions, rather, not the venues. Yeah, the tag match, Candido, Johnny Ace. Against the Malenko brothers. Yeah, we'll give Johnny Ace a win. He'll beat Dean Malenko here. And then on night 8, we can have a singles match between Dean and Johnny. Or maybe later on. Doesn't have to be the next night exactly, but you get the gist. Getting the gist as, yeah, I think, we're doing that big-ass 8-man on night 10 with the Headhunters with Doug Furnace and the Great Kabuki against Tsuruta. We might do, as far as, go with a 6-man. We might even do, I didn't even think about this, we could do a tag of the former tag champs, Jumbo and Taue, against the Headhunters. Have the Headhunters lose this match, but Jumbo was involved in the finish, or at least it's kind of protected. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. I think that's a good main, and Jumbo gets involved in the finish, and I just think it's a good match all around. Good stuff there. Then we could do something with, we could even do the match, or maybe not even that match. We might do a different version of this match, but we could do like the Holy Demon Army, or not the Holy Demon Army. We could do Kawada with Ogawa and Fuchi against Masawa, Kobashi, and Kikuchi. Oh, that ain't it. There we go. We've had to have done this match before, yeah? Well, no, we have not. This could be a main event, honestly. This is going to be a really good match, but we're going to have Masawa beat Ogawa. See what we can do as far as a steal the show matchup. So we might even, man, we're just kind of putting together a stacked show. So I was thinking about doing the connection against Stan and Spivey just to kind of do that. But, might as well actually save that for either main event of a tour show or just wait until we run it at the Summer Action Series 2 final show. But back to the Gladiator Titans here, as we'll have them beat Harlem Heat. Shout out Booker T, though, for having 33 pop, and Stevie Ray's got a good bit of pop, too. Even though they just have not really clicked, we've given them a lot of big opportunities, but we'll get Big Titan the win here, as he'll be beating Booker T. Unfortunately for Booker. A lot of Gaijin matches, though. Which don't really like, but it is what it is. This Giant Kimala's gonna be gone, so we'll have him lose to someone. we have Takayama beat him. That'd be pretty great. Nah, we'll, guess we'd have Taz beat him. Feel like we've done that already. Yeah, Johnny Smith. He's with just a couple of points really better. Not even that, actually. He's a couple points better, but still. Gets him involved, gets a win for him, and sometimes you don't have to elevate everybody. Sure, it's great, but sometimes you can just get somebody who's a little bit better than them and get a win. No big deal. No big deal. So, Hayabusa. I love him to death. We need to get him some wins over some guys. Dynamite Kid, right there. I think, well, that we are doing that. I just kind of want to see, maybe that match is going to suck when we do it at the final show, so, like, maybe they don't click or something. Sometimes when it's a first-time meeting, as much as we love to say that for the big show, sometimes, we could at least do maybe a tag. We can do, even a 6-man. We could do Ultimate Dragon, Super Astro, Hayabusa against PCC and Dynamite, which I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot. As we're going to give Norman the win over Super Astro. So that's a pretty good match there, I think. Pretty good steal the show match. So now, undercard matches. It's the team of Yoshihiro Takayama, Masato Tanaka. As I just love a lot of young lions. They're just like, oh, he gets someone up against other young lion. Oh, we might do that, like a young lion matchup. We haven't done that in a while, even though we know that's gonna suck because of pop. But I want to see this, though. This is a fun little young lion match. As Jun Akiyama's going to get the win, though. He'll be beating Masato Tanaka. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then a match to hopefully get us back on the right track. We'll have... we'll use Doug Furnace, as he'll be beating Yuji Nagata. Because I want to say they have good chemistry. Yep. They do. They've done this a couple of times. We did it mainly in May, but nice little match, though, hopefully. Nice little mid-50s matchup. Is it going to be better than that Gladiator Titans match, is the question. It might be. We might put it there. Let's see. Let's give it a shot. 2 hours and... oh, you go. 28. Yeah, but, I mean, Jun Akiyama and Takayama, at least, they did what I wanted them to do, and that's have a good performance. Takayama, though, another back-to-back performances where he's off his game, and we can't really gauge how well he's going to do. I'm assuming he gets, like, low 30s on the normal night, but Jun Akiyama, though, with the Blue Thunder Bomb, 10:05, even though it's a terrible undercard matchup. 35 here for the Gladiators, as the Gladiator Titans against Harlem Heat. It's Big Titan getting the win over Booker T with the Exploder. It's a good little match. Just guess not over enough. I thought for sure they had enough pop for it. Guess not, but yeah, 57 here. Doug Furness, Yuji Nagata. It's Frankensteiner for Doug Furness. 932. 64 for the Steal the Show match that did not, in fact, steal the show, so that's not a good sign. But, yeah, the British Combat Club beating Hayabusa, Ultimo Dragon, and Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, and Hayabusa. As Norman tapping out Super Astro with the Norman Conquest. Ultimo Dragon, the best guy in the match. Norman, second best guy. And Super Astro. And yeah, Dynamite Kid, worst guy in the match. Not surprised there. It's Johnny Smith over Giant Kimala with the Death Valley Bomb in 1610. 63 for Chris Candido and Johnny Ace against Joe and Dean Malenko. It's Johnny Ace with the Ace Crush over Dean Malenko. 76 for Super Generation Army against Saruta-gun as Misawa pinning Yoshinari Ogawa with the Rolling Elbow. Misawa with a 90. 85 for Kawada. Everybody else mid-60s. 80, though, for our main event, as Taue and Jumbo beating Headhunter A and B. The Headhunters taking the loss as Jumbo Tsuruta pinning Headhunter B with backdrop suplex. Good little match. Good little main. Taue and Jumbo, that's just the variation that you can do of Tsuruta-gun. Like, there's just so many great winning combinations that gives you a lot of versatility as a booker. But, yeah, I'm still saved the show somehow with that main and co-main. Very shocked. So on to night 8. Alrighty, night 8. As we went ahead and just made Johnny Ace and Dean Malenko just a pre-book thing already, just to kind of save us on time a little bit. As Dean Malenko will be beating Johnny Ace. They've had a match before. That was back at the Excite Series tour back in February. It was the 77. Should be pretty good. I think it's going to be up near the top of the list for sure, as far as going to be probably co-main. Because I think we could do a pretty good main event. As far as really, if we could, as far as I'm hoping we can get either a Headhunters, as far as maybe something involving them. Might go back to we honestly might just do Kobashi, or even Kikuchi, rather. We could just do Misawa Kikuchi against the Miracle Vines Alliance. I don't mind that one bit. Don't mind that one bit. The tag champs against Misawa and Kikuchi, a team they haven't really teamed really ever, so it could be a non-title match and really no big deal. But Doc's gonna beat Kikuchi here. Thought about having Gary beat Misawa, but felt like that'd be a little too much. Just a tad bit too much. So let's go Stan and Spivey against Taz and Gordy. We've done this before, yeah? Oh, we have not. Could have swore we did. Good stuff. As we'll have Stan Hansen beat Taz. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good 1, 2, 3 there as far as top 3. As far as we could round it up for a top 4 with let's go with an 8-man actually. Let's go all of the British Combat Club against Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, and let's go Los Guerreros. Let's go Los Guerreros here. We'll have it be set for Steal the Show. Eddie's going to take the fall here, unfortunately, I think. I think we're going to have Regal beat him. I think it's a pretty good match. Then the Gladiator Titans against the Holy Demon Army. It's a really good match here again. As it kind of will put the Gladiator Titans, we gave them a couple of wins, but, reality's going to kick in now, and Taue's going to beat Big Titan. As far as we gave them a couple of big wins, and yeah, they can just, you know, go. You still beat some teams on the undercard and whatnot, but they don't have to be destroying dudes, you know, at the same time to where they are going to get a All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, which they might still in the future, who knows. A lot can happen. But just not right now, just not in the foreseeable future. But, yeah, let's go Shunji Takano as far as, trying to think who he could lose to. It could help elevate him. Maybe Stevie Ray, singles match? I like that. And then have Booker and George, which George will be getting the win. So what a weird world where, like, Stevie Ray's the better of the two. Oh god, well, we better swap that back. Yeah, I don't know, but I kind of think that might be better, to have Booker and George be above that. Then the opener, go with a tag. Let's go with Kabuki and Jun Izumaida against Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori. Classic shit. We've done this a handful of times. I mean, at the tournament page. Only one time, actually. Back in the Tag League. It's the year in the making. But Kabuki will be beating Takeo Mori here. That's the card. It's our Night 8 show. We gotta change the venue and the length, but other than that, we'll be pretty much good to go. So we did run Osaka a couple of, 7 shows ago, so I think it's time to bring that back. 43 for the opener. It's Jun Akiyama and Takeo Mori losing to the great Kabuki and Jun Izumaida, even though they were the better team on paper. As Jun Akiyama probably should have just beat Jun Izumaida, if we're being honest, but Kabuki gets the win as he pinned Takeo Mori with the thrust kick at 9:52. 42 for Shunji Takano and Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray with the 110th Street Slam at 9:59. And George Scano beating Booker T with the Tombstone Pod Driver at 9:36. 74, wow. So I figured it'd be good, but I didn't think it'd be that good. As Taue pinning Big Titan with the Powerbomb No Dao Otashi combination. Obviously, Holy Demon Army, great little team. 62 for the British Combat Club and Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, and Los Guerreros. As Regal with the Regal stretch over Eddie Guerrero 9:39. Yeah, Ultimo Dragon, best guy in the match. Just was not going to compete with that previous tag match we just saw. 74, though, for Hanson Spivey against Terry Gordy and Taz. Wow, the Brazos Valley backbreaker. We really don't see that a whole lot from Stan Hansen, as he beats Taz with that. That didn't need to bust out the lariat. Good little match. There is Stan Hansen, the 91. Carrying that one as Dean Malenko and Johnny Ace. They do have great chemistry. Forgot about that. It's Dean tabbing out Johnny Ace with the Texas Cloverleaf in 23-28. Good little match. Could have been the main event, if we're being honest. So it outperformed this one as Gary Albright strains his bicep. Yep. It's, that's the danger sometimes of having those guys work a lot during the tour. Injuries are bound to happen. Like, it's just a strained bicep. Hopefully he'll be ready to go, though, for them. But that's a really good show, though. Really good show. It's on to Night 9. Alrighty, as for this main event, it's going to be an 8-man Subgeneration Army, Saruta Gun. Squad is going to beat Jun Akiyama there. Just a solid little main event, even though it's, I got a bit of a notepad here, so we got to scroll that over. So we got a bit of a notepad in the screen, but I think the big, 10-man, or 8-man rather, that's coming up the following night, giving them, Saruta Gun a win going into that match, I think it just kind of makes sense. But, yeah, I mean, Gary is someone that, with Gary and, I don't know if I want to go with Gary and Doc here, tag champs in a tag match. As far as yeah, I don't know. I don't yeah, I don't think that's the play. Don't think that's the play. But I think that's tough. It's tough, tough, tough. Yogawa is not in that match, so we might have Ogawa. So Ogawa's doing pretty well still, for with his popularity and whatnot. He might be someone to take on Malenko in the future again, even though obviously he just had the match. Well, that was obviously back at the Summer Action Series show, but just kind of thinking ahead. Could definitely get a wraparound title matches, another rematch down the line. Let's see, as far as maybe a Super Astro Ultimo Dragon tag match against like the Gladiator Titans. Just two luchadors and then two giant gaijins, as the Gladiators are gonna get the win over Super Astro. Gonna throw him like a lawn dart with an awesome bomb. Let's get a giant Kimala match in here. Yeah, let's give him Taz. Taz can get a win over him. They haven't done a singles match of this, so. Taz getting fed another giant person to beat. You love to see it. And, see, we got Shunji Takano and George Takano. As far as Takano brothers. They will be losing. I feel like we've done Los Guerreros, them beating them before, yeah? That was like night 2. Yeah, we can bring him back again. This time Hector can get a win over him. Hector's really proven that his worth for sure. We could even steal the show with this match. Yeah, because, I mean, it helped him out a little bit. And, every little bit helps, really. Yeah, we'll put it there, I think. So we need some better top part of the card matches. Let's go with a 6-man. Headhunters with Kabuki. We'll go with British Combat Club with Johnny Smith. Johnny Smith over Kabuki. Another win for Johnny Smith. Let's go with the 10-man. Alright, 8-man rather. As we'll go with the Malenko brothers, Dory, and Doug Furness against the team of Stan Hansen, Spivey, Johnny Ace, and Chris Candido. As we're gonna give the win to the Malenko brothers here, I think, maybe. Trying to think what we could do. Cause I think we're gonna have Stan just beat Dory Funk Jr. I think that's what we'll do. But that's a pretty good, I think, co-main. Let's go Joel Dean and Belly Black against the Fantastics. Classic. That we've done a handful of times, as you can see. And we're going to give the win to Joel Deaton and Billy Black this time around, just to change it up. It's Joel Deaton getting the win. Need one more match. We'll go with a singles match. As we'll go with Terry Gordy and Yoshiro Takayama. Because I need that match. More than just about anything. To be honest. This would be awesome. $55, as I forgot to change venue. That's okay, but Terry Gordy. Again, Takayama keeps being off his game. It's really pissing me off. But Takayama with the backdrop driver in 10-13. Ooh, yeah, this should have definitely actually kicked off the show, and not that last match. But Taz with the Katajime over Giant Kimala in 10-09. 56 for the Takano Brothers Los Guerreros match. Shout out Eddie and Hector, though, forming Junji Kondo. 61 for Joel Deaton and Billy Black against the Fantastics. Joel Deaton with the Bulldog over Tommy Rogers. Yep. Only a 1 point difference between Tommy Rogers and Joel Deaton. That's not bad. So 62 here for Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro against the Gladiator Titans. This Gladiator with an awesome bomb on Super Astro. 53 though. Oh, is Norman Smiley with chronic shoulder pain. That's unfortunate. That's going to hurt his rating a lot. And that's a tough injury to get. Because obviously, that's going to affect him for a while. Yeah, that's tough. Kabuki was the one who caused it. Thanks a lot, Kabuki. 76, though, for this 8-man. So I'm thinking about calling Candido and Johnny Ace like the Blonde Bombers or something. Because Candido has the Blonde Bombshell. Or the Blonde Crusher, since Johnny Ace has the Ace Crusher. Maybe that... Well, just an idea. Because you have the Blonde Bombshell as the finisher of Chris Candido. And it's just something. Just thinking of ideas. Stan Anson bidding Dory Funk Jr. with a lariat. But, yeah, pretty good stuff. There's an 82, though, for the 8-man of Super Generation Army and Sarutogun. Sarutogun getting the win as Kawada with the diving back elbow over Jun Akiyama. Yeah, Kobashi's chronic knee pain still bothering him, obviously. But, yeah, pretty good, thanks to the co-main and main. We got a pretty good show out of that. On to Night 10, into the double digits now. Alright, so a little change of plans for the schedule. We took off an extra day. Instead of it being a 13-day tour, it's now going to be a 12-day tour. Just seemed, logistically speaking, felt like we're kind of playing with fire a little bit. You know, we're getting to the double digits of the tour, and, you know, Gary already had a bit of an injury scare with the strained bicep, and of course we just saw Norman get hurt. And I'm just tired of guys getting banged up, so just kind of shortening the tour a little bit. Hoping it works out. Hopefully nobody else gets hurt. But the Headhunters, Doug Furness, Greg Kabuki matchup still taking place against Sarutogun. As Tao is going to be Kabuki, though. Would love to see Vampiro, obviously, in that spot, but it is what it is. Can't really, you know, as far as something that's out of my hands, but I would like to see a Firecat Hayabusa matchup, specifically against the Takano brothers. I think everyone knows what's going to happen here. Hayabusa over Shunji Takano. Another victim. Poor guy in Shunji Takano. I kind of want to see, as far as, yeah, I would like to make that team of Johnny Ace and Chris Candido as the Blonde Crushers. Bombshell is still cool, but we're going to go with a Super Ace Crusher as the finish. Basically, Candido either it would be honestly super cool if Candido could do this, but I don't think he could. But imagine he's got the dude up on his shoulders, Johnny Ace, off either the middle or the top. Ace crushers him as like Candido either can keep him up there or kind of go into an electric chair drop, so it kind of works out either way. But yeah, because Mike Barton and Johnny Ace used to do a finish. It's in Virtual Pro Wrestling too, but Mike Barton would throw the dude in the Johnny Ace for the Ace Crusher. That's always a cool finish. But obviously Candido can't really do that. We'll just leave that blank actually for now. But yeah, the Blonde Crushers. As let's see what we got for them as far as to do something. So they're a fun little team, obviously, but we might do the Blonde Crushers and the Malenko Brothers, since we did this. Yeah, it was night 7, so it was a couple shows ago. But to give Dean Malenko a win here, it's tough because he's gonna beat Candido, but obviously it's not the end of the world. But it's a tough kind of thing to kind of go about, really, with that. But we'll see how they do. I don't want to see Mike Awesome, the Gladiator, Mike Awesome, take on Masato Tanaka. I'm sure no one's ever said that before. It'd be funny if they already have their chemistry boost. That would be something you would assume. Any mod in the 90s would have that set, but obviously with Mike Awesome and with really Masato Tanaka not being part of the mod when it starts, you never really know when it comes to that. Yoshihiro Takayama and Yuji Nagata, kind of a fun team when you think about it, just throwing those guys together. We did do the Takaya Mori Jun Akiyama match, yeah. No, we didn't. Oh, that's right, we did Masato Tanaka and Yoshihiro Takayama. Alrighty, but we're going to give Jun Akiyama the win here over Yoshihiro Takayama. Nice little exploder for the giant bastard, since he seems to always be off his game whenever there's a fucking match. See what else we could do as far as... I would like to see Super Astro maybe get a win. Maybe him and Ogawa, honestly. Maybe Ogawa and Ultimo. Give Ogawa a loss here over Super Astro. Because I really like Super Astro. I just feel like he's kind of sometimes stuck when you're the partner to Ultimo Dragon. Sometimes you lose matches more than you have to win comparatively. But we'll have that be a Steal the Show match too. And I would like to, maybe do something with, as far as Ultimo Dragon, thinking ahead, do we do him and Eddie in a match? Or even him and Hector. I think him and Hector would be a really good match to kind of have a matchup lined up to, winner of this is the next contender, for after Malenko and Chris Candido, which Ultimo Dragon will be winning that match, obviously, you see there. So we need something to split between those two matches. I think a Giant Kimala loss will be perfect for that, as Regal's gonna beat him. I'm a little nervous to maybe put that match so high. We might... Man, there's gonna be a lot of singles matches on this card, but that's okay. So I might bump this up. At least here. Yeah, that's a little better. It's a pretty fun card. Very, very, not so top heavy. But I think it's, we put together something pretty fun. Hopefully. The economy's falling, though, in Japan, so we gotta make our money while we can. Obviously, we should still sell out the Tokyo Dome, no problem. I think we're already up $1 million for this month. and that's not even running like a major show this month, which is pretty cool. But 32 here, as Junakama with the wrist clutch exploder. Yeah, Junakama, best guy in the match. So Takayama 28. Not a great start for a young lion. Hopefully he gets a little better. Wow, they don't have chemistry. That's a bummer. It's a bummer. Gladiator gets through with the awesome bomb in 10:27, nonetheless. Steven Regal beating Giant Kamala with a Regalplex. That's a big fucking dude to be hitting that on. Very shitty undercard, but we get kind of rolling here with this little tag match of Firecat and Hayabusa against George Takano and Shunji Takano. It's Hayabusa with a Falcon Arrow. That's pretty electric. 57 for Super Astro and Yoshinari Okawa, as Super Astro beating Ogawa with these Astro Scissors, 11:58. 65 though for Ultimo Dragon and Hector Guerrera, as Dragon Sleeper, 15:37 for Ultimo Dragon. Great win, great match. There, 66 for the Blonde Crushers and the Malenko Brothers. Candido with the Texas Cloverleaf, 19:54. 79 for Dean, 64 for Johnny Ace, and 56-53 for Joe and Chris Candido. 70 though for our main event, as Tawai pinning Kabuki with a great with the Dynamic Bomb rather in 1945. Yeah, just even Jumbo and Kawada couldn't carry this one to above a 70, but or at least it was at a 70. But yeah, that card not that great. A lot of Gaijins, you know, a little probably Gaijin heavy, but still, I think it was a pretty good show for what we had. A lot of singles matches too, and we're trying to feature that, you know, our young lions as much as we can, even though it's terrible for the card as a whole for how much it affects. But that's Japanese pro wrestling. Like it just you can't like you can't really like change the wheel of what that is. You know, as far as you take a look at any Japanese pro wrestling card over the literally, you know, even just the 50 years of All Japan and New Japan, but even beyond that, to the, like, JWA days, you're gonna see undercards with young lions on it. It just is what it is. On to night 11. All right, our final tour show, as yeah, this is also Shuji Kano's final show with us, so we'll just go ahead and give him a loss on the way out. As far as who else could use a win, potentially, you know, as far as Regal, it is a good, actually, shot at that as well, because they, yeah, just to keep Regal getting some more wins as a singles guy, it's not a bad option. Also, Terry comes back. He'll be ready to go. We're gonna change the card a little bit, as that undercard match that was supposed to have Shinichi Nakano and George Takano against Doug Furnace and Johnny Ace, that has been scrapped, and instead it's gonna be the Funks against George Takano and Shinichi Nakano. But I just kind of want to see what they can do as far as Shinichi and George. They can beat Harlem Heat as like a little, hey, you know, welcome aboard, you know, type of match and win. But George is going to beat him. He'll get the win for his team there. As yeah, we'll have Dory on the card as well, just to, you know, get him ready to go. I was thinking either him and Rusher, or even just him and Teranishi, even like on the undercard. It's not a bad option at all. What's that down to about 8? Rather, yeah, that's fine. Let's do another singles. Again, with Kanyaki Kobayashi, getting him a win if we can. Yeah. I think it's going to be Masao Noe, actually. You know, Satoru Saka's not a bad shout either, just because that makes a little bit more sense. Kobayashi getting the win there. No problem. No problemo. This is definitely better than that. We'll keep it there though. But that's our bottom four. So our top matches, if we can get one, as far as Masawa with Kikuchi and Kobashi. And back to this, tried and true of this 6-man, because we did this. What was that? First night, second night, second night was the main event, and obviously it's been a hot minute. And I feel like that's the best match to go with going into that night, but they're kind of back and forth. You could go either way. I could go with the challengers, could go with the champions. We will go with the challengers, as we're going to have Terry Gordy actually beat Kikuchi. Nice. With the Headhunters match with Jumbo and Fuchi, they're going to go with a 6-man and go with Headhunters with Kabuki, and then Masabu Fuchi, Jumbo, and Ogawa. Let's see, I have not done this, so this is at least a fresh matchup, but Ogawa's going to beat Kabuki. Actually, I'll give Fuchi the win over Kabuki. Pretty good stuff there, hopefully. So we need a Steal the Show match and then one more match. Then we'll be ready to go. We might go back to that 8-man of all the British Combat Club guys against the Super Astro Ultimo Dragon, and we'll go with Firecat and Hayabusa matchup. Because, no, we haven't done this. Never mind. I thought we did. This will be the Steal the Show match, but we're going to have Firecat beat Dynamite. I'm sure Dynamite's going to love that. Shocker. Pretends to be shook. Oh, that's right, we had Regal in this match, so we'll change that now, unfortunately. We might just do Giant Kimala. I'm thinking about it. Let's see who could use this win, besides Taz. Taz is the luckiest son of a bitch out there. You know Hosaka could use a win? Because he's not technically a young lion anymore. That's not a bad shout. We might go with a Deki Hosaka. I like that a lot, actually. Hell yeah. And then we'll have Giant Kimala lose to someone. Maybe Giant Baba. Guess might as well. We're not really elevating, but we're getting them in a match at least in the undercard. Of course, Giant Baba's got to be the agent. Can't make this easier on us. Yeah, we'll have that open up the show. Yeah, definitely stay away from Kanto if we can. Yeah, we'll run here. It's not looking good. The economy keeps falling. The industry keeps falling. It's not going to be good for us in a little bit. 1994 is going to be a down year, it looks like. But yeah, it's an interesting card. I'll say that. Interesting card. 35 to kick off the show. Giant Baba and Giant Kimala. Giant versus Giant. Yeah, just sucked the air right out of that match. But Dory Funk Jr. at least somehow carries Osamu Teranishi to this matchup in 7 minutes. Gets him into Texas Cloverleaf. 39 here from Kaki Kobayashi and Satoru Asako. Interesting, that didn't have enough pop. Interesting, but Kaki Kobayashi gets the win nonetheless. 51 for George Takano and Shinichi Nakano, as they beat Harlem Heat. It's a good little match. Tombstone Pawntraffer getting the win. But Hideki Ozaka getting the building bomb over Shunji Takano in 940. Cooled the crowd a little. It's not it. 61 here for the British Combat Club against Firecat, Hayabusa, Ultimo Dragon, and Super Astro. It's Firecat with the super kick over Dynamite Kid as Ultimo Dragon with a 70. 61 for Super Astro. 61 for Johnny Smith. 60 for Regal. Yes, I mean, Norman. That's going to be a rough couple of months, man. Going to be rough. 73 for Kabuki with the headhunters against Rutagan. It's good little stuff. I mean, obviously Kabuki is a little out of his element, but good stuff nonetheless. Look out with the 70. It's good stuff. Backdrop suplex from Fuchi. 79 there for our main event as Terry Gordy over Tsuyoshi Kikuchi with the power bomb in 946. 76. Good stuff. Alright, on to our final show. Gary Albright, Mitsuru Amasawa, Headhunters, Jumbo Tsuruta and Maso Fuchi, Candido and Dean Malenko. Got a lot of fun matches. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm pretty sure, I don't know why I'm thinking this now randomly, but I'm pretty sure I said at the beginning of this episode we're not even over 100 shows in. That is false. Yeah, because it's literally over 100. I think what I did was I just looked at 1993. Because literally, it's over 100. It'd be 130, this show. This show's going to be 130. We were already over 100 by the time we started this episode. Just, boy. Boy, oh boy. What a goof. As, backstage incidents, though, Joe Gucci gave the locker room a lift as he unveiled a series of spot-on impressions of some of his colleagues, and Dynamite Kid was brought before Russell's court accused of not paying attention during a locker room meeting, and the judge, Stan Hansen, found him guilty and sentenced to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. So this is going to be an interesting, September is really the off month of All Japan, as far as in this series, or kind of in real life too, but really the focus, obviously when we end out this second part of the Summer Action Series, because really September, it's basically the end of summer anyways, so you don't want to go too far into the month, and the October Giant Series, that's the focus, that's the goal, going forward, and I'm excited to see what we do, as far as going forward with this show and this tour. But 70,000 would have been on hand at the Tokyo Dome. Obviously, ain't running that. 42,000 though, and we got a hell of a main event in Gary Albright and Mitsuru Amasawa. Was that it? There we go. But Masawa's gonna get the win in 31 minutes. As far as their match at the Chafing Carnivals, 76 obviously is a little off because that was like a normal show. That's not a normal show. It's like a tour show. So, should be, should be pretty good. Should be. Just as far as kind of, so far his reign, Mitsuru Amasawa. It's had 2 99s, 2 97s, and then the 87 with Kawada, which if you do that match probably now, match is, incredible. But, yeah, I'm super excited to see where everything's at with this, with Masawa and Kawada. Whenever that rematch happens, it's going to be a pretty big fucking deal. If that's going to happen either in 93, because they have not had their singles match since Kawada's turn. So, maybe 94, we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting on Mitsuru Amasawa and Tosha Kawada. But so far, he will be close to a year. As far as his reign. 5 defenses in a year. It's pretty good to be number 6 now. So it's pretty good. Pretty good amount of defenses for sure. As then the co-main, obviously, the Headhunters against Jumbo Tsuruta and Masato Fuchi. And the Headhunters are your new All-Asia Tag Team Champions. As what a reign, for Jumbo and Masato Fuchi. In that same breath. 100-day reign, almost. Be 99 days, 3 defenses. As far as could we have had, the Funks? And I just feel like the Headhunters really, they, I think they are the team to beat Masato Fuchi and Jumbo Tsuruta here. Just feel like it's time, They could have had the belts maybe for a little longer, but because Dory and Terry now, they'll definitely get a title shot against the winners of that match. But let's change it up. Actually, you know what? Let's go with Jumbo beating one of the headhunters here. I think having Jumbo and Fuchi against the Funk, that's a great match. So a little change in on the fly. We're going away from the plan. So that will now be 4 defenses now for the All Asia Tag Champ. So no title change there. In the junior title match, we'll be staying with Dean Malenko, as Dean Malenko is going to be Chris Candido. That should be a pretty fun match, though, nonetheless. Miracle Violence Connection against Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey. Stan Hansen is going to be Terry Gordy there. 23 minutes. Then the Suruga Super Generation Army 6-man. So Ogawa is going to be beating Jun Akiyama. Then the British Combat Club Ultimo Dragon Super Astro match, unfortunately, we could do Johnny Smith with Regal. I don't think we've tried that teaming. Just see what happens. But Ultimo Dragon's going to beat Steven Regal, though, so it doesn't really matter either way. But I do love that match. Hopefully Johnny Smith and Regal do well. And then in the return for the Funks, it's Terry coming off ACL. Is going to beat Shinichi Nakano. That should be a pretty fun match. And then Hayabusa, Dynamite Kid, to open up the show. Hayabusa getting the win over Dynamite Kid. I'm sure he's going to love that. So, yeah, we had to change that to 2:30. Which is fine. See how we doing as far as we need to change our ref. I want to say he's got this one, yeah. And we'll switch that to Go Iwata. He's still doing too much. Don't think he had the main. No, but Mighty Inoue does. That will be Joe Higuchi. And he's got this match. So Shinichi. Oh, Shunichi, rather. Will be getting that one. Alright. Now we're good to go. We just need a couple of pre-show matches. As, the Gladiator Titans, I think, could use a match here. Yeah, Los Guerreros, yeah, that's fine. Maybe Joel Dean and Billy Black, actually, just make it a little bit more back and forth. Let's save that for the tour, actually. It's not, wasted here on the pre-show. 10 minutes. Awesome. Getting the win. Doesn't really matter who's going to take the fall there. I didn't even check and see who's the ref in that match. If it was, okay, it's Joe. We'll double check before we run the card to see kind of where everybody's at. We might feature the Young Lions. We might have a Joe Higuchi match. Or a Joe Higuchi, Joe Malenko match. Maybe I'm a Firecat, Brady Boone, and Joe Malenko. Just for old time's sakes. 38 when we did that. Almost a year ago. I bet it's going to be a little bit better this time around. We'll see. Here in the pre-show. I like the card, though. I think this is a pretty good card, and hopefully everything goes well here. For this Summer Action Series 2 show. It's a 68 for Joe Malenko and Firecat. Joe Malenko with a Tiger Driver in 10:22. 71, though, for this match. It's the Gladiator Titans beating Los Guerreros, even though Los Guerreros was the better team as the Gladiator. Beating Eddie. Wish that was Hector, because Eddie was almost in the 70s. That's okay. It's Hayabusa beating Dynamite Kid, though, with a Falcon Arrow to kick off the show in 9:34. Great win for Hayabusa. 74 for George Nakano and Shinichi Nakano against the Funks. It's Terry Funk tapping out Shinichi Nakano with the spinning toe hold. Great win for the Funks. A belt they never lost. Looking for that All-Asia Tag Team title matchup. It's an 80 between Johnny Smith and Steven Regal against Ultimo Dragon Super Astro as, wow, Steven Regal outperformed Johnny Smith. It's pretty awesome. Ultimo Dragon was almost at a 90. It's a good little match. 81 for the 6-man of Suruga Super Generation Army. Yeah, Kobashi still with that chronic knee pain, but he's getting better, though. It's Ogawa, pinning Jun Akiyama in 2013. 91 for Doc And Terry Gordy, Miracle Von's connection against Hanson Spivey, 199 for Doc and Stan. Bottom match. Stan into the lariat, 23-16. 79 for our junior heavyweight title matchup as Dean Malenko beating Chris Candido to technical relief in 24. And 22-46 rather. Very good match there. It's an 88 for the Headhunters against Matsuo Fuchi and Jumbo Tsuruta. Yeah, I mean, tough break for the Headhunters, being that close to the All Asia Tag Team title matchup, but it felt like it was the right choice, though. Keep it with Jumbo and Fuchi for a little bit longer. It's an 88, though. Very good co-main. See how the main event does? 87. Damn. Not enough selling shown. Tied for Misawa's worst title match, him and Gary. Not sure if it's because it went so long, maybe? Selling, really. Just inconsistency from Gary Oliver. It's still a good show, though. I'm so proud of the show, sure. The tag match of Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey against the Miracle Von's Connection was the best thing on the card. Yeah, sure. But I think other than that, it was a very, very good show. And we're going to give some love to Mitsuha Misawa. We're going to give some love to Stan Hansen for their performances. And see who else we can. Ultimo Dragon's been phenomenal. We're going to give him some love. Good stuff there. Alright. So thank you all for watching. As what a tour. We had almost a title change. Changed at the last second. But I felt like that was a good decision. This is hopefully, a sign that we can bounce back, have a great October Giants series now that, we get everybody healed up, we get some people back from injury, and, yeah, because, Norman's still going to be out with that injury, or not out, but he'll still be injured for a little bit, like Kent Tokobashi is going to be back to 100%, Vampiro will be back. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice again. But then I'm sure once the tour starts, we'll be back to losing people. But yeah, we only made 300,000, which, not running a major show definitely hurt from that, standpoint. We should be able to make some money for this show, or for this month rather, with just the kind of one big show in September. Maybe even more. Maybe even more, because we probably won't have to pay a lot of people for the per show deal and whatnot. But we'll see. As we'll catch you guys there for the next episode for the October Giants series. Take care, everyone.